The long-awaited ending to Blumhouse's Halloween reboot/sequel trilogy has arrived. Promising a definitive ending for Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, Halloween Ends from director David Gordon Green has now arrived, and after the poor reception of Halloween Kills, many have anxiously awaited the final entry. Does it give fans the send-off that they have been waiting for? Taking place 4 years after Halloween Kills and bringing the trilogy's story up to present date, Michael has not been seen or heard from for the entire 4 years. But his presence is still greatly felt as the town of Haddonfield lives in constant fear of his return. Laurie Strode and her granddaughter Allison, played respectively by returning actresses Jamie Lee Curtis and Andi Matichak, have decided to move on with their lives, doing their best not to live in fear. Newcomer to the franchise Corey Cunningham, played by Rohan Campbell, develops a budding romance with Allison, though he himself is a social pariah due to a tragic incident years prior. As the town continues to bully Corey, he is led down a dark path that will collide with that of Myers himself, as the film attempts to explore the nature of evil and its effects on the community. Halloween Ends does offer a definitive ending, while exploring unique new ideas that are built upon the framework of its predecessors. Exploring the nature of evil and the fear and paranoia the citizens have descended into is in and of itself not a bad way to add something fresh and new to the series. Halloween Ends even has one of the best openings to a Halloween film since the original, with a solid first third of the film creating a slow burn that feels like it's building towards the great ending we were all hoping for. Then it descends into the same trite and unfocused storytelling Halloween Kills suffered from. While Halloween Kills was all over the place, with a terrible story, laughable dialogue, and nothing genuinely scary, Halloween Ends does at first feel like a course correction. Picking up the plot threads of the town's fear and anger that creates the ridiculous mob of the last film, Ends could have explored this paranoia and the effect Myers has had on these people while staying true to the franchise and giving fans the final showdown between Myers and Strode. Halloween Ends, however, after a solid start, promising these things, makes a quick turn into left field, choosing to explore the genesis of evil through Myers and new character Corey in the most unfaithful and ridiculous ways possible. Much as scares were scarce in Kills, Ends also is never a scary experience, and while it does tone down some of the overly gory deaths Kills had, it still never delivers anything that feels in line with the more subtle buildup of tension and scares that is what makes Halloween. Myers himself only exists in this film to drive home the themes David Gordon Green and Danny McBride have, and his final confrontation with Laurie feels like a tacked-on set piece at the end of the film. Marketed as Jamie Lee Curtis's send-off just as much as Myers, neither are done justice other than flashbacks to the original movie, something that we've already seen done with Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. There is no narrative through line within the film that makes it the culmination of these characters' story. While nowhere near as pathetic as Jurassic World Dominion, it's still a sad final chapter to one of the biggest horror franchises of all time. Halloween Ends suffers again from Hollywood's lack of creativity, while still thinking themselves somehow witty or clever. The themes Halloween Ends chooses to explore are admittedly clever and could have made for a fresh new Halloween film, but Green and McBride put too much stock into their own cleverness, and we end up with something where the idea is more important than the narrative, which is just bad filmmaking. Halloween Ends isn't the worst the franchise has to offer, but for a set of films that began with such promise that seemed to really be offering a fresh and solid course correction for the series, Green and McBride ultimately failed to deliver. I give Halloween Ends 1.5 out of 4 stars.